Hi guys, I'm back and this is the first video of 2020. I'm sorry it's been a while. I took a few weeks out over Christmas and New Year to think about what I wanted to do with my photography and what I wanted to achieve with my photography this year, and I'm glad I have, and because I have been very busy. So first of all, it's given me a little bit more time to get to grips with my new Sony camera, which is the A7R III. For those of you that don't know, I've moved away from Canon for many years, using Canon, over to Sony, and I'm really enjoying it actually. The features and everything I'm still trying to get used to, but I am slowly getting to grips with all the functionality and all the various different buttons and things that you can manually set to do pretty much anything you want. So have I been happy with the decision I've made switching over to Sony? Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad I made the switch, and I'm actually finding that various other photographers are also doing the same thing. There's a few other photographers I know, especially at my local camera club, that have just bought and invested into Sony, and it's looking quite good for them as well. They've made a dramatic change to the way they take images and the way they compose their photos. So be interesting to see how they progress over time with their Sony experiences as well. So over the holidays and the New Year, I went out to Amsterdam to spend New Year's with my wife, and it was absolutely packed. There were just thousands of people everywhere, and obviously it's Amsterdam, it's New Year's Eve, it's going to be packed, but literally it was shoulder to shoulder rammed with people. However, I did actually come away with a couple of decent photos, I think, and tell me what you think of these photos here. So I received a bunch of photography gear for Christmas, which I'd asked for, including another camera bag. Yep, it's another bag, and it's probably my fifth bag now. Now, you can ask any photographer, there is no such thing as the perfect bag. I'm still looking around for it, and I've still seen many different photographers actually launching their own bags on YouTube. Peter McKinnon, for instance. It looks like a really good bag. It's quite a hefty price, around £300 or £400 though. So for that kind of investment, that needs to be a really decent bag. But the bag that I opted for was a little bit different, and it's a hybrid bag. And the idea is I wanted to have a rucksack which didn't look like a camera bag, something I could use while traveling into the city, to work and everything, which is not going to kind of entice thieves or anything to come and steal camera equipment from a camera looking bag. So the one I opted for was this particular one here. It's called the Caden, or it's accompanied by Caden, and it's kind of a standard looking rucksack. But there's a couple of nice little features. One is this little side pocket here which opens up, and you have an insert which goes into the side here. So this insert is a little kind of a camera bag which you can actually take out and carry completely separately. It has an opening there, and you could put your camera and maybe one or two lenses or so, depending on the size of the lenses, inside with some memory cards, and away you go. So it's really good for travel. So that just kind of slots in like so. Put the straps in, and then it does up, and it's all safe and sound in the bottom there. Now if you wanted to get to that area without actually taking everything out, you can actually access it from the top. So like any rucksack, it's got a top zip, so inside there, and inside there you can see the top cover of that bag, so you can actually open it up and grab your camera from inside. So it also has a nice little flap which covers over and separates the two compartments. When it zips up, you can actually put all your other stuff. You may have some gloves or like a rain jacket or something inside. Nice little pockets for memory cards and whatnot. And it also has a little USB port here for an internal power bank that if you wanted to actually put inside, it means that you can actually charge devices using the external USB connection. Could be quite handy if you're walking along and you're running low on juice on your phone, on the move. It's a nice little tip there. At the back also has another zip for a laptop or an iPad or something. Has a zip on the back here, which cushions. It's got nice little compartments, and for me, it's perfect. So if you do like the look of this bag, I'll leave a link to the product in the description below. You also find that this is a slightly different angle that I'm filming with. I'm filming this on my new GoPro Hero 8. I didn't get this for Christmas. It is quite an expensive little camera. I actually bought it to see if it will replace my little Sony point and shoot mirrorless camera basically. So the Sony A5000 is what I tend to use for vlogging, and I like it because it's got a flip up screen and I can compose myself in the shot before I actually start filming. But it's a little bit clunky, the battery life isn't brilliant, and it's got some limitations. It doesn't have a hot shoe at the top, so I can't actually put on an external microphone. It has no microphone input either, so it has some limitations. And although it does use the same lens adapter as my normal big Sony a7R III, I can't really see myself using the lenses, the G Master lenses that I bought for the big Sony on the small vlogging camera. So although it was good at the start, I've not really got the most out of it for the price that I paid for it. So I may start looking into using the GoPro Hero 8 along with some accessories that they're actually starting to launch coming, I believe, this month and next month, which is the medium mod, which is a little case that goes around it and it allows you to put hot shoe, microphone, LED light, and a front facing display, all sorts of things. So I'm looking to possibly kit that out instead. Plus it's really versatile, it's very small. I've got an extra battery, you can charge it on the go, and it just throws into a bag and it's ready to go. It's completely waterproof. So let me know what you think of the quality of the video, and try not to worry too much about the audio, this particular video, because it is just using the GoPro internal mic. But do let me know what you think about that. So another thing I was doing over the holidays was to give me a good opportunity to think about my trip to the Highlands this year. In one of my last videos, I mentioned possibly going up and doing the NC 500, so the 500 miles or so around the Highlands of Scotland. And the idea is to fly up to Inverness, rent a car, and drive all the way around Scotland, or the Highlands of Scotland, over the course of maybe about a week or so. I'm pleased to say I'm doing it. It's actually happening. I am going out in May. I've booked my flights. I've booked all of my accommodation. I've booked and rented my car, which is going to be waiting for me at the airport. And I'm going to be doing it over the course of 8 days, I think, or 8 nights. And the plan is I'm actually going to turn the whole thing into a series, a playlist on YouTube. And this is basically to help out any other photographers or enthusiasts that would like to go and do the NC 500, but not quite sure where to start. So when it comes to booking flights or accommodation, or where to go for photography locations, where to stay, what time sunrises are, where to go for the best sunsets, etc. So the idea is it's going to be a plan throughout the whole thing, and I want to document as much as possible and take you along with me on the trip. As I say, all of the video will be documented and put together after the trip, so it's compressed into a series of videos from booking to the whole trip. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'm really looking forward to that. It should be really, really good. In March, I am going up to Birmingham to the photography show. I hope to see some of you guys there. If you do see my face, just give me a wave, come over and say hello. I don't bite, and it'd be good to swap some stories and some techniques and things. And if you do go, let me know. I'll be going up on the Sunday and Monday. So a couple of little things just before I get into the giveaway competition and the winner of the Google Nest Mini, which is one of these two here. First of all, I did a talk at my local camera club recently on Thursday evening, and I was asked to do a talk about composition. I think it went quite well. It lasted for about half an hour or so. It was pretty much a death by PowerPoint, but my idea of composition can be slightly different to everyone else's. And I did a little bit of a talk on composition and how it's actually an art form and all the different elements that go into it. So it's not just placing things in the right area of your scene, or putting things in foreground or background, etc. There's various different aspects to it. There's form, there's shape, there's space, negative space, positive space. There's colour that goes into it. So calming colours, or vibrant colours, or aggressive colours. Lots and lots of different things. If you would like to see me do that composition, I'm happy to do that on a YouTube episode and to go into that in detail. If you want me to do that, leave a comment in the comments below. Now on Friday, I also met up with a fellow photographer called Trevor Sherwin. We went down to the Thames Barrier to get some shots, and it was good to meet him and get a chance to catch up and see what he was all about and his style of photography. I met him through Instagram, I believe. He started following me through Instagram, gave me some likes and everything. I followed him back and I realised he only lives about 15 minutes away from me. So we agreed to meet up, go down into the city and get some shots. This is the video here. This is a very quick introduction to my friend here, Trevor Sherwin.
Hello.
You can visit him at trevorsherwin.co.uk. He's a landscape and cityscape photographer, and he creates some amazing masterpieces here in the city, don't you?
I'll tell you about that.
So Trevor, like me, is a hobbyist, is an enthusiast, but I think his photos can actually go really far. Have a look at some of the images here. So today we are here in the heart of London. This is to the east of London. It's at the Great Barrier Reef. Great Barrier Reef? I wish you was at the Great Barrier Reef. The Thames Barrier.
You ventured a bit far, I think.
Oh wow. Oh, maybe we should just change the videos of the Great Barrier Reef. Thames Barrier here in London. It's actually a place where I used to live back in the day, about 15 years ago. And I used to always come out and look at this Thames Barrier here. I love the Thames Barrier, and I think it creates a quite dramatic shot, especially if it's done in black and white. Now unfortunately the skies are very grey, very dim, there's overcast everywhere. It was spitting and raining a little bit earlier, but to be honest, that makes for a great black and white shot, and that's what today is all about, is I think just black and white photography. That's all we can get away with. So Trevor, a little bit about you, if you don't mind, just for a couple of minutes or so. What got you into photography?
I don't know, I think originally I'll tell you what, when I first picked up a digital photography magazine,
yep.
and I had just a point and shoot, and I got really into Photoshop. I was manipulating photos. I kind of just like being creative with it. And I did that for a couple of years. I was just following their kind of tutorials, etc. So I learned Photoshop before I really learned how to take a photo, because they give you the sample images. But then I started taking more and more pictures, and I just like being creative. And it was something you can create without having to know how to paint or how to kind of I don't know, where you've got a gift or a particular skill set. It's just something you can learn, a craft that you can learn, and then kind of get better and better, and find your eye, and eventually you kind of become hooked, don't you?
That's right, absolutely. And it's an art, really.
Yeah.
And have you always been interested in art, or is it just more photography that's got you into that?
I think it's probably more that. I don't remember necessarily being. I appreciated art. I appreciated something that was looked nice, or the work that might go into something. But fundamentally, photography was probably my first kind of real venture into trying to be in some way artistic.
And how long have you been doing it now, photography, would you say?
First proper camera, was 2005. So I was doing kind of those more Photoshop stuff beforehand. But 2005, I bought a Nikon SLR, DSLR, and I was kind of going to a Brands Hatch, taking DTM or just kind of motorbike racing. I think just enjoying taking photos. But I kind of got into landscape, cityscape kind of work when I invested in Fuji. I kind of got a bit of a bug around, this tactile camera that I could kind of manipulate, and it just felt good to use. And quite quickly after that, probably around late 2016, 2017, long exposure photography, got my filters, and again it was just the way you could make something that was unique. You couldn't see with your eyes, and that's where I got creative, I guess, rather than just taking shots.
And you use obviously ND filters. Brand?
Format High Tech.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
we love Format High Tech.
That's a coincidence. I've been using them for a little while.
No, that's really good. And for those that don't know, I am an ambassador for Format High Tech. So if you use the code Conway10, it'll give you 10% off of any purchase from Format High Tech. Feel free.
I'll be using that one day.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. So what sort of filters will you be using for today's shoot?
I'm going to go, well, I've only got, for my ND filter, I've got a 10 stop with me.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that. The light's quite low.
It is pretty low, yeah.
So I don't know how
Could
long.
be here for hours.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, I might have to play around with the ISO a bit or something, just depending on how long that shot is.
Yeah.
And then, end up with like a minimalist black and white, no detail in the sky, no detail in the water, just see how it goes.
Very small and sort of simple shot.
It's just where the architecture or the subject really stands out. That's the thing that you're taking a photo of. So
definitely.
And the tense barrier is certainly that, for sure.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Trevor.
That's all right.
And we'll get some shots and we'll see how we go.
I hope to be doing a little bit more photography with Trevor in the coming months, and we'll be going out and doing some more London shoots as the weather improves. It's still a little bit grey at the moment. Alright, so last but not least, the winner of the Google Nest Mini is, I will use a random comment generator here, and it's Andrew J. Barrett. Well done, Andrew. Congratulations. I saw in the comments that you've already got 3 or 4 of them, so you can add one of these to your collection as well. Send me an email, let me know what colour you want and your address, and I'll send it over to you. So thank you very much for playing, and I'll get that over to you as quickly as possible. Thanks guys for watching, and if you like any of the images that have been displayed throughout this video, do let me know, whether they're mine or Trevor's or any other techniques or something that you would like to see. Comment in the comments below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep you up to date in the weeks coming. Bye bye.